Shoot, I totally forgot to make the video. Okay, this might be a little bit of a problem. Alright, let's see what we got. 2 cutesy, 2 random, 2 mainstream. No, I remember what this is. The world's not ready for this one yet. We're making sure the world doesn't see this one for a very long time. Let's get this out. Shoot, forgot about this again. Back in the early 90s, Sega seemed to be on top of the world. Their console, the Sega Genesis, was keeping pace with the Super Nintendo due to the popularity of their main mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog, and they seemed to be the only company capable of overtaking Nintendo themselves. Of course, we all know what happened next. With every great empire comes a great collapse, or something like that, and Sega saw their whole world come crashing down in the late 90s with the failures of the Sega Saturn and the Sega Dreamcast, leading to them dropping out of the console scene entirely. Believe it or not though, there was actually a point after switching to becoming a third-party developer for other consoles, Sega actually made games instead of whatever the hell this is. Cool, huh? And on launch day for the Nintendo Gamecube, Sega dropped a little title that changed the game. Super Monkey Ball. We're not here to talk about that game today. We're here to talk about its sequel that came out a year later, Super Monkey Ball 2. I don't have the first game. Alright, let's get things rolling. Our story begins in this strange island filled with sentient bipedal monkeys of all things. I guess I should have expected that based off the title. Monkeys were probably going to be in there. Essentially, this guy here, Dr. Badboom, steals all the bananas on the island to try and starve the monkeys to death. Why, you ask? Because Mimi, the wife of our main character here, rejected his sexual advances like the strong, independent woman she is. Anyways, it's up to us to stop his scheme, get the bananas back, and expose his homophobic tweets from 2009. Okay, maybe not that last one. After every world, you get another cutscene that advances the story, and it actually gets needlessly weird and complex. Like, how about that part where the main cast gets eaten by a whale and they have to find their way out? Or that part where Dr. Badboom shrinks the monkeys down to tiny size and tries to cook them and eat them, and then they end up in his underwear drawer while he's doing laundry? Like, what? Pretty much after each world, the story gets pulled in some completely new and weird direction. It's honestly a joy to unlock. Except for these parts. Progressing through the game works a little bit like Crash Bandicoot, in the sense that you don't have to go through every level in a linear stage-by-stage basis. Instead, you unlock all the levels in a world at once, free to complete in any order, but you have to complete all of them before you unlock the next world. There are 10 worlds in this game with 10 levels each, and if you can do basic math, that's 100 levels. The world themes in this game can get pretty wacky too. I mean, they start out simple enough, like grass, water, volcano. Then you start getting some weird ones, like inside a whale, pot of boiling water, inside of a washing machine. Like, what? The goal of each stage is to guide AA to the goal by tilting the stage. Yeah, you heard me right, you control the stage, not the monkey. It's done so seamlessly, however, that you never really even notice. Each stage is pretty short, with a 60-second time limit to get to the end. Despite the short length of each stage, however, the game's extreme difficulty will stop you from beating this game in under an hour, at least for those playing it for the first time. The stages begin easy enough, like this one here, simple. See, not too bad, right? By the time you get to World 4, you're dealing with shit like this. It may remind you, this is still in the first half of the game. It may be extremely difficult, but it's difficult in a rewarding way. It's kind of hard to explain, but you never really feel stuck while playing the game. Every death felt like my fault, not the game's fault. And the unlimited lives, combined with the short amount of time required to complete a stage, prevents any feeling of rage quitting. You know that whenever you die, you'll be right back to where you were in less than a minute, even if you were right near the end. Everything about the gameplay is honestly just quite amazing. The level design is unique, creative, and challenging, and the game's controls and physics are so tight and perfected, you never have trouble balancing along the narrow pathways or maneuvering around these complex obstacle courses. Oh, Neptune, that soundtrack. I don't really know how to word it. Maybe it's nostalgia, but every track here is super atmospheric. It just takes me right back to my childhood. Of course, story mode is only one section of the game. There's also challenge mode, which takes the game back to its arcade roots in which the series originated from. Essentially, it takes a bunch of levels from the main game and strings them together with a life system across 3 different modes: beginner, advanced, and expert. You gotta be pretty experienced at the game to make it past anything other than beginner. There are some original stages here as well if you're good enough to get to them, but I'm not one of those people. Damn it. Not again. If you're able to make it to the end of each mode without getting a game over, then you unlock 10 bonus stages. In the advanced and expert modes, these stages are all unique to the challenge mode, and if you beat the expert bonus stages, you unlock a unique set of stages in master mode. And on top of that, there's also 10 master bonus stages. Luckily, the game gives you the option to buy extra lives from the options menu, with the ability to go all the way up to 99 if you please. You then set the amount of lives you want to use when you start the game. I usually use 5 for beginner, 10 for advanced, and 15 for expert, because I'm no pushover. Okay, well maybe I am a little bit of a pushover. Luckily, if you find yourself getting frustrated, you can find some relaxing fun with the party mode mini-games. There's a lot of people out there who actually only play this game for the party games, and I really can't blame them. These things were meant for ending friendships, but damn, they aren't a lot of fun. You got a lot of sports games like Monkey Baseball, Monkey Bowling, Monkey Fight, Monkey Track and Field. Oh shoot, actually no, that one doesn't really exist. There's also some unique ones as well, like Monkey Target, in which you fly over the ocean to a giant runway and try to land as close as you can to the center to get the most points. I won't go too much deeper into party mode just because I haven't spent a whole lot of time on it, mostly because I suck at every game on here, but just know that this shit is bananas. At the end of the day, Super Monkey Ball 2 is one of my favorite games from my childhood. It's just a shame that Sega decided to destroy the franchise with every game that came after it. Let's just hope that Banana Blitz doesn't see the light of day for a very long time. Hey, thanks for watching my first video, or just skipping to the end of it. We got more where that's coming from every other Friday, unless I get lazy, so stay tuned to see what wacky shenanigans we get into next.